Hello guys, welcome back. I'm here again to talk about another video explainer, and this time I'm gonna talk about why I still prefer the viewfinder over the LCD screen. Hello guys, welcome again. I normally write blogs dun sa website ko, www.passionforportraits.com. And in that blog that I have, I talk about my personal journey in shooting portrait photography. And mind you lang ha na these are all just my own personal experiences and my own opinion. So hindi ito siya absolutely tama lahat. This is just based on how I feel, how I think, what's my opinion on certain things, and yung journey ko in shooting portrait photography. So yeah, this is how I express myself. And itong video explainer na to, kasi sometimes there are those na gusto nila basahin lang yung blog, and there are those na gusto nila panoorin na lang yung video on how I explain things about my blog. And this time, we're gonna talk about yung viewfinder sa camera natin. Kasi there's two ways to look at it eh. You look at the viewfinder dun sa camera mo, makikita mo yung image or yung scene. And then you can also just, move the camera a little bit farther from you. And you can see the LCD back, makikita mo na kaagad dun yung actual na scene. And I started shooting film. And wala namang LCD doon sa likod ng camera during the film days. So, wala kang paraan. You really need to use the viewfinder, no? That's the only way for you to, check the framing and the scene. So, siguro dahil doon sa background na yun, so mas nasasanay ako doon sa viewfinder. So, but I'm gonna talk about it one by one, about the different things that I feel like bakit ginagamit ko yung viewfinder instead of yung LCD back. So, one reason is that number one is yung diopter. Kasi medyo malabo yung mata ko eh. So, I don't like wearing naman din yung eyeglass ko pag nagsushoot ako. Kasi ako nearsighted eh. So, yung malayo, hindi ko masyado nakikita na maayos. So, hindi ko nakikita yung detalye nung subject, di ko masyado nakikita lahat yon pag tinagal ko yung camera, no? So ginagawa ko, tinatanggal ko yung glasses ko and then I just set the diopter dun sa camera ko so that I'd be able to see a really sharp image in my viewfinder. So that's one. I love using the diopter kasi talagang nakikita ko very sharp ang mga shots ko pag doon ako sa viewfinder tumitingin. So another thing the reason I don't use yung LCD back kasi when I'm shooting outdoor or even inside the studio, as maliwanag, tapos even sa outdoor, kunwari maliwanag, naapektuhan yung display dun sa LCD. So you don't really get a proper assessment of the contrast of the image kasi maliwanag yung ambiente. So hindi mo alam kung gaano ka taas yung contrast ng shot, overexposed ka ba or underexposed ka ba. So, hindi ko kaagad na-assess yun. Kasi influence yung LCD back with the ambient light. So, hindi mo malaman accurately kung proper ba yung exposure niya or tama ba yung contrast niya. So, that's another thing. But what I really love about LCD back is that, syempre, malaking chan ko. Pag mababa masyado yung shot, yun, definitely. Yung articulated ng mga LCD back, yun yung ginagamit ko talaga, especially pag mababa or sometimes when there's some situation na kailangan kong iangat yung camera on top, yun, ina-adjust ko na lang kagad yung LCD. Wala talaga akong choice doon. Yun talaga gagamitin ko. Hindi talaga ako mag-viewfinder doon. Pero syempre, sa studio, there's ladder, there's everything. But when you're outdoors and you're shooting commercial and everything, sometimes yun, ginagamit ko na talaga yung LCD. So yun, one is diopter kasi my diopter, that's the reason I love shooting through the viewfinder. Tapos pangalawa, I get better assessment in terms of contrast and exposure. Kasi dun sa viewfinder, hindi siya affected ng ambient light eh. Hindi na-expose yung view ko. So nakikita yung clarity, nakikita ko talaga dun sa loob. And the third one, which is very important for me, pag nag-shoot kasi ako through the viewfinder, ang nakikita ko lang dun yung subject at saka yung frame. No, wala akong nakikita ibang bagay. Hindi ko nakikita yung mga light stand, hindi ko nakikita yung mga ilaw sa gilid or whatever distraction there is that I can see. Kung nasa loob ako ng viewfinder, I feel like I'm in a different dimension. Para akong pumapasok into another dimension. And then where it's just me and the subject. So, less distraction for me. Parang hindi ako nadidistract. Ang nakikita ko lang is yung subject ko. Hindi ako nadidistract ng lahat ng ibang bagay sa studio. So, I just feel like, sabi ko nga, di ba, this is just my own personal journey and experience. And yun ang nafe-feel ko. I feel like I can shoot better when I'm looking at the viewfinder. Kasi when I look at it, I feel like jumping inside another dimension together with the model. Parang nandun yung intimacy, nandun yung focus, less distraction. Parang, you're in a different dimension. Yun ang nafe-feel ko when I'm looking at the viewfinder. Parang nandun talaga yung focus. So, yun, those are the things, the reason why I love shooting through the viewfinder. Ang tawag yata pag naka-mirrorless ka is EVF, electronic viewfinder. So, yun lang, yung experience ko na yun, na pinapasok mo pa rin yung mata mo dun sa viewfinder and you're focusing only on what you see. So, ako, maybe I'm an old school or what, but that works for me. And I see a lot of photographers who are looking at the LCD back, dun lang sila nagfe-frame. Wala namang masama doon. If that works for them, then by all means, do it. In my case, yun lang sa akin. I'm just sharing that I feel like I'm more effective and more creative pag doon ako sa viewfinder nakatingin. So, yun lang. Share ko lang. I hope you learned something about this topic today about electronic viewfinder and why I prefer shooting through EVF and not the LCD back. So, yeah. Hope to see you again next time and keep on shooting, everyone. Bye.